Recently, Netflix released a K-drama called Love Alarm, which is based on a webtoon. Love Alarm is this phone app that can somehow magically connect to your heart and detect your true feelings for someone. And if the person you love is within 10 meters, the app will alert them. You can also use pickup lines like this.
내가 네 좋아할라. 울려도 될까?
The main female lead is Kim Jojo, played by Kim So-hyun, and the main male lead is Hwang Sun-ho, who is played by Song Kang. There is also a second male lead called Lee Hae-young, who is played by Jung Kara. This is going to be the typical K-drama plot where the main male lead is super duper rich. In the very first episode, Sun-ho and the viewers find out who Hae-young's love interest is, and Sun-ho proceeds to follow him following her, which is kind of creepy and weird. Sun-ho and Jojo notice each other, and I think that's when they both become interested. This was really cheesy, not gonna lie. Sun-ho ends up following Jojo himself, and things get a little weird. Then Sun-ho invites Jojo into a sketchy alleyway, and Jojo goes there anyway for some reason.
키스할래?
So Sun-ho turns out to be a huge creep, but TLDR, this ends up happening anyway. Alright, so then her buff boyfriend, who is a black belt in martial arts, finds out about this and confronts Sun-ho about it.
뭐야? 더 때려. 어차피 맞을 생각이었어. 쓰레기 같은 새끼. 너 진짜 죽여버릴 거야.
Sun-ho doesn't try to fight back, and thankfully Hae-young jumps in to protect him, but Sun-ho tells him that things will only end after he gets beat up, and then they both end up getting beat up. And I think at this point, Hae-young realizes that something in Sun-ho changed for him to say something like that. It's kind of funny how the teachers didn't even notice how there's a huge fight going on. Jojo doesn't know that they're fighting, and she's at the park consoling Dokku after he got cruelly rejected by Urumi. So the boys agree to both download the Love Alarm and let Jojo decide who she really likes. The photo of their affair soon spreads throughout the school, and Jojo's cousin confronts her about it. Urumi's character is super annoying and illogical, and she screams at Jojo for taking Sun-ho away from her. Like, what? Sun-ho doesn't even know you exist, man. Then, in her jealous rage, she threatens to tell everyone about Jojo's past. Then Jojo returns to class with this crazy electrified post-fight hair, and everyone seems to just whisper and not try to help at all. Man, these high school kids are really brutal. Thankfully, cute Sun-ho comes to the rescue, and this scene is super duper cheesy, but also really cute. After this, their relationship quickly develops and they begin to spend more time together. And with the Love Alarm, they confess their feelings with each other officially. So if you've watched K-dramas a lot, you probably know that if they show many cute scenes like these, something bad is going to happen very soon. This was it. On a field trip to Jeju-do, the kids cause a fire in the hotel room, and Jojo suffers from an episode due to her past trauma and relives the night she was trapped in her childhood home. No one comes to help her, and not even the teachers. And Jojo runs away after realizing what just happened. She runs into a really worried Sun-ho who was probably coming after hearing the news. Together, they awkwardly run away and get on a motorcycle and spend some time together alone. Oh my gosh, I feel so bad for Hae-young. But why did they have to give him a bowl cut? Anyways, the two kids share some quality time together, after riding on their motorcycle, and Suno reveals some of his own secrets. But it's not a K-drama without some kind of car accident. In this case, a motorbike accident. This scene was so painfully awkward for me to watch because of how overly dramatic it was. But this is the stuff we watch K-dramas for. Anyway, Jojo ends up breaking up with Suno, well, because I don't really know. It was really unnecessary, but I think the reasoning was that her character didn't want to put Suno in dangerous situations, like the other kids had said in the classroom. But I don't know, it was just really weird. Using Doku's extension for the Love Alarm app, Jojo can hide her true feelings from Suno, and she uses that to her advantage and breaks up with him. Man, I don't get why she... I just don't even know.
어떻게 이러냐고.
내가 말했잖아. 나 너 안 좋아한다고.
I feel so bad for Suno. I mean, he's just as confused as I am. Oh my gosh.
저주야, 나 다시 좋아해줘.
Bro, why? No. I feel like Haeyoung knows that Jojo still likes Suno. After this, he still tries to talk to Jojo, but eventually, after many attempts, he stops. Then Jojo forces herself to forget about Suno, and she runs. Yeah. And then Haeyoung is also there, right behind her. Then 5 years later, we see an older Jojo and an older Suno. And of course, he still rings her alarm because he still likes her. Oh, and he has a girlfriend, or a friend who's a girl. Yay! So we have Haeyoung, and he tries again to start something with Jojo. But I wonder why he didn't try after Jojo and Suno broke up. Like, why 5 years later? Or maybe they lost contact or something. So the two begin to hang out more, and Haeyoung confesses to her by ringing her alarm, and he spins around her in his bike. So then Suno finds out about all this, and Suno is not happy because he feels betrayed by Haeyoung. But wasn't Suno the one to betray Haeyoung to begin with? Because Haeyoung had a crush on Jojo, but Suno still made a move. So the final episode of the season ends with Jojo in the middle, and Suno and Haeyoung both rung her love alarm. Suno's current girlfriend is standing there, and I think she knows that Suno still likes Jojo. I mean, it's pretty obvious, and I think she's going to be the one to break up with him, considering how understanding and how nice her character appears to be so far. I'm looking forward to see what happens in the next season, because the season ended on a cliffhanger, and man, I'm already too invested into this, even though it's really cheesy.
내가 네 좋아할랑 울려도 될까?